Hello everyone. I'm really excited and honored to be given this opportunity. I'm going to be talking about the three main reasons that I'm standing in front of you here today. Now, these aren't some special, extraordinary reasons, but really simple ones which changed my life. The first one is I found something that I'm passionate about. My personal motto is try everything. And now, about 80% of you are going to stop listening to me because I'm about to go through Dear Zindagi. In this movie, Shah Rukh Khan, who is a therapist, he talks about the process of buying a chair. He says that before buying a chair, you sit in all of them, you try them out, you see if you're comfortable. If not, you move on to the next one. And only after this, you actually end up buying one. He was using this as a metaphor for relationships, but isn't that true for everything? So, when I was a kid, like growing up, I took a lot of hobby classes. Swimming, karate, painting, rangoli, you name it. I was that enthusiastic, hyper kid you would see everywhere, the annoying kind. But had I not tried everything out, I don't think I would have discovered that I actually like arts, I like design. I graduated from the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. It's a design school. And on an average, we spend about 12 to 14 hours a day doing our assignments, working, and it is a lot. But I really enjoy what I do. And because of this, work did not feel like work. To be really honest with you, had I been doing anything else, I would not have been able to give the same amount of time, dedication, or patience to my work. And you know how time just flies by when you're doing something that you really like? It could be playing basketball for you or reading a novel. That is exactly the feeling that I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to move on to the next reason. Supportive Indian parents. So, this right here is a pretty rare phenomenon. Like, I know. But I was really lucky to have parents who supported me in the decision of picking an unconventional career option. It was a very big deal for me because right from childhood, I'm usually used to seeing them like this. Oh, okay. This. This, I mean, all of you probably relate to this more because, like, all through childhood, I would just keep pestering them and like, no, no, no. And even when, okay, before I speak about this, you must be wondering, right? In the intro, they said she's an award-winning graphic designer. Surely her drawing can be better than this. so that's the thing about design. It's different from arts, it's different from drawing. Design is considered successful when you can actively solve a problem or a need, or you can simply just communicate something. Design spans across not just products, but across spaces, across systems, or even thought processes. So there's a particular quote from college that has stayed with me till now. It says, design is invisible until it fails. It means that a design, if successful, should be so effortless. It should blend right in. That the user never even notices it until there's a problem of some sort. So in our day-to-day lives, we come across a lot of things. So we come across a lot of things and we take a lot of things for granted, like signboards, until there is a disruption of some sort which forces us to think away from our usual train of thought. And that's literally food for thought for you. So this is what, like, design in simple terms is what I can explain to you. It's a lot of things, and I would probably just stand here and talk for like a full day about design, but to break it down in a simple terms. So coming back to the point about support from parents and from society, back in 11th grade when I told them I want to opt for design, it was like a big moment, and so their first reaction was, okay, it's like a hobby thing, you can take it on the side, you can prep for engineering and this can just go on. So after a lot of haggling, a lot of discussions with them, a lot of arguments, we finally came to a decision. Okay, you can pursue it, you can prep for it. There are some rules. You have to take science in your 11th and 12th, and you have to score 80% on your boards, a minimum of 80%. So Now they were setting these rules because they thought there should be like a fail-proof option in case like something was wrong with this plan. But slowly over time, they saw me working hard with sincerity and dedication, that I was actually interested in this, and they came around. I mean, my parents started driving me more than, they were more interested in it at some point than me. They were driving me to and fro through classes. My mom was hunting down alumni from colleges that I was applying to so that I could talk to them. But the funniest one and the most important one, I was really happy that they took my side when a random relative would come up and say, design, fashion design. ये मेरे भी कपड़े stitch करेगी क्या? Or when a neighbor in the society would come up and say, यार ये तो पढ़ाई में बहुत अच्छी थी, आप ये क्या कर रहे हो? ये क्या हो गया? Suddenly इसके कुछ marks गिर गए या कुछ problem आ गई. So despite all this, times are definitely changing. It's 2020. You see a lot of unconventional career options coming up. Like who would have thought 10 years ago that being a social media influencer can be a full-time job, right? But the real gap is not because of the lack of awareness or the constraints laid down by the society. It's the industry. An interviewer recently asked me a question. She said, why do you think that people focus on better paying jobs more than skill-based roles? Now the answer was really spontaneous. I was like, everybody works for a living, right? I mean, everybody has to earn money. And if there were better opportunities for people to earn their livelihood through what they do best, through things that they are passionate about, that they'll actually love working to do, there would be a major turnaround in the industry. And I'll move on to the last point. I kept going on. Now, 6 months ago, I represented India at a global platform. I competed amongst 40 of the best graphic designers from the country who was also selected to represent their country, and I proudly came back home with a bronze medal. But before this thank you so much, but before this glorious moment, like this special moment of my life, there were multiple failures, stressful preparations, sleepless nights, a lot of anxious moments where, I was even doubting my ability to make it to the selection rounds within India. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm just a regular kid, just like you or anyone else in this room. I overthink, I get nervous, I'm lazy, I procrastinate a lot. I was considering saying no to doing this talk because it seemed like a lot of effort. But what really helps me personally is taking things step by step. But my steps are usually like this. But on a serious note, breaking things one day at a time, taking things one step at a time really helps you give a sense of gives you a sense of accomplishment. So if I take one thing at a time, I'll get that encouragement to take one step forward. And instead of focusing on the bigger picture, which is usually what people tell you to do, focus on the bigger picture. What really helps me is calm down, take it one day at a time. I'm going to do this one thing next, and then I'm going to move on because I completed it. So here I am. I've taken you through my talk, and I've completed this one more little step. And if I can stand here, do this today, and with all the accomplishments, whatever, so can each one of you. Thank you so much.